Most people spend their whole life chasing money, success, and validation, thinking that's what life is all about. But what if I told you a man who had everything, money, fame, success, willingly gave it all up and became the happiest man in the world when he had nothing? Yes, I started with nothing, I became something, I achieved everything, only to realize I am nothing. Only a few people truly understand the beauty of this nothingness. This nothingness is everything. My name is Atman Ravi, an awakened soul, a happiness ambassador, a TEDx speaker, a humanitarian, caring for over 800 destitutes, and the author of over 100 books on spirituality, karma, life, death, rebirth, enlightenment, and eternal happiness. But none of this matters until it helps you discover the truth that changed my entire life. Come on, let me take you back. For the first 40 years of my life, I lived like the rest of the world, believing that success was the ultimate purpose of existence. I worked relentlessly, day and night, building a massive retail empire from the ground up. Every milestone became a stepping stone to the next one. Every achievement felt like proof that I was moving in the right direction. Society praised me, the world applauded me, and on paper, my life looked perfect. I spent 25 years climbing a mountain, determined to reach the top. Every business expansion, every award, every newspaper headline made me believe I was growing, rising, becoming something. People called me successful, influential, powerful, and I believed them. But the day I actually reached the peak, the top of the mountain, I had worked my whole life to climb, something unexpected happened. I felt nothing. I had money, I had fame, I had recognition, I had everything what the world chases. Yet there was a strange, unsettling emptiness inside me. A silence no applause could fill, a hollowness no achievement could cure. Even after accomplishing everything, there remained a deep question inside me, a void that success could not touch. That was the moment I realized the truth. I had climbed the wrong mountain. I had achieved everything on the outside, but nothing on the inside. The world saw me as a winner, but I had quietly lost myself. This realization became the beginning of my awakening. In reality, when I went from one peak to another, from peak to peak to peak to peak, I asked myself the question, what next? My life became a mess because there was so much stress. And I started to ask myself, is this what I really want in life? It's then I took a pause to find the cause. What is the cause of my existence? One question from my guru shattered 40 years of my beliefs. My guru was Dada J.P. Vaswani. I called Dada. Dada asked me a simple question. Who are you? This shook me. As the pages show, the question triggered a spiritual quest, a search through scriptures, meditation, silence, contemplation. I realized I was not who I thought I was. Not this body, not the mind, not the identity I built as I, the me that I was proud of. It was only a mask. An awakening doesn't happen in one moment. It happens when life sends you the right teacher. For me, that teacher was Dada, my guru, Dada Vaswani. I still remember the first time I sat before him, successful on the outside, empty on the inside, carrying questions I didn't know how to ask. He looked at me with a silence that felt deeper than any word I had ever heard. And then in the gentlest voice, he asked me a question so simple, yet so profound, so powerful. It broke 40 years of my beliefs. Who are you? At first I answered the way anyone would. I am Ravi, businessman. I built this, I have this much money, my parents, I achieved this, achieved that. He smiled, as if waiting for me to hear myself. Then came the follow-up question. Is that really you? Something inside me shook. For the first time, I realized I had no real answer. That question didn't end when the conversation ended. It followed me home. It echoed in my success. It echoed in my silence. It echoed even louder in my emptiness. Who am I? The more I tried to answer, the more I realized I was wrong. I was not the body, because the body kept changing. Body would die. I was not the mind, because the mind never stayed still and nobody has seen the mind. I was not the identity, because I had worn many roles and removed many masks. The me I had spent decades building, the entrepreneur, the achiever, the success story, was just a character in a play called life. That question from my guru didn't give me an answer. It gave me questions. It gave me a quest, a journey through silence, reflection, meditation, and truth seeking. It was the moment my outer life paused and my inner life finally began. The journey with my guru was the journey of over 25 years. And he had actually guided me through the peaks of achievement, then to fulfillment, to enlightenment. I was barely 40 when Dada told me one day, shut your business. And I asked him why. He said, life has a deeper meaning, a deeper purpose. It was through these conversations that one day I ultimately decided to question life. Where did I come from? Where would I go? What is this life journey about? What is enlightenment? What is karma? Does the soul actually exist? What is the spiritual awakening? So many questions. What is the way to eternal happiness? Is there really a God? Who? Where? What is God? Is there hell? Is there heaven? There were so many questions. But on the one side, there were these questions. On the other side, there was a normal life, a life of pleasures, a life of fun, a life of achievement. These pleasures, these achievements give us happiness. But there was something lingering behind, something toxic that robbed my peace. And it was my guru, Dada, who opened that door. What you know as he initiated me on that quest, on that path. People are all the time seeking to become bigger and bigger. And he made me realize it is not about becoming bigger and bigger. It is about realizing the truth. That question from my guru didn't give me an answer. It gave me a journey. And that journey slowly transformed everything I believed about life, about success and myself. It led me to a place I never expected. A life where I have nothing and yet I have everything. Today when I say I have nothing, people get confused. They think it is a loss. They think it is a sacrifice. But it is neither. It is freedom. Because the man I used to be, the achiever, the millionaire, the restless mind, lived with constant pressure. Every success demanded the next. Every achievement created a new expectation. Every joy depended on external events. But when I realized I am not the body, not the mind, not the identity I built, the entire game of life changed. Slowly, my possessions stopped feeling like mine. My achievements felt like roles I once played. My identity felt like a costume I had outgrown. Letting go didn't feel like losing anything. It felt like removing weight I had carried for decades. Today I have no attachments, no desires, no anxieties, no masks to protect. I don't own the success of the past. I don't chase the dreams of the future. And I don't cling to any label society once gave me. So yes, today I have nothing. But in this nothing, there is peace, purpose, and a happiness deeper than anything I once called everything. In this journey, I call it a transformation. I even call it a metamorphosis. At once it looks like we are letting go of achievement. It's not truly letting go. It is climbing the next step called fulfillment. And then climbing the next step called enlightenment. The world gets confused. But what is enlightenment? It is switching on the light. It is the realization of the truth of who am I and why am I here. This is the greatest wealth one can earn in life. And without a guru, we cannot go from gu to ru, from darkness to light. Therefore, my journey of 25 years of success and achievement suddenly went through a phase of 5 to 7 years of peace and fulfillment. Till that talash, that quest, that journey of seeking led me to the answers I was looking so much for. Most of us are at a loss because we live and die, we suffer and cry. We don't understand, we don't find out the answer to the question, who am I? Why am I here? And when we get to that, then those masks drop. Then the false identity drops. Then the ego, which makes us agonized, is awakened, is enlightened. The lower self evolves, transcends to the higher self. And this was the journey that took me from nothing to something to everything, back to nothing. And in that nothingness that we attain through self-realization, through awakening, we become everything. As long as we think we are a wave, we will always remain a wave. But when will we realize we are not the wave, we are the ocean? As long as we are splashing, we will come and we will go. We will enter the show. But when will we realize the true purpose of our existence? When we realize our true self, from being a tiny wave, we become the huge, seamless ocean. We become, from a simple body, mind, ego, we become the divine soul, the Atman. And that is our true identity. This self-realization, this spiritual awakening, this enlightenment leads one to a state of eternal happiness. And today, I live as the happiest man in the world, living a life of eternal peace, divine love, and everlasting bliss. Because I realize that God does not live in the sky. That's a lie. I overcame all that made me a fool, all that I was taught in school, to realize the truth of life. And this realization of the truth is the very purpose of our existence. We all have goals, different goals, and we must have. But we all have one purpose, why we came to earth in this human birth. That purpose is to find out who am I and why am I here. In this, my 6th decade of life, I have evolved and transcended a life of achievement, fulfillment to that state of enlightenment. I was like a worm, a caterpillar that was crawling through life till I went through the metamorphosis and I transformed from that crawling caterpillar to a beautiful butterfly that could open its wings that were tied with strings, and now I fly in the sky with freedom, mukti, eternal happiness. If understanding my journey brought even a little clarity to yours, then I invite you, take the next gentle step. Subscribe to this channel, not for me, but for you. Because every video here is created with one purpose, to help you rise above the noise of the mind and discover the kind of happiness that does not depend on success, people, or circumstances. A happiness the world cannot give and the world cannot take away. Here you will find guidance, reflection, and truths that can lift your life moment by moment. And if this message touched you, imagine what an entire journey together can do. Come, let's spread happiness, starting with you.